betwixt the ruby seas, deep in the eye of the storm, a bastion of beef and hope lies nestled in the sand. 4 men almost lost to the deep now find tranquility within its walls. And now they're inviting you in for a tale unlike anything you've ever heard before.
Across the road, and like I thought this like cyclist was gonna hoon through a red light and like run me over, but they didn't. But I was thinking like, what would you yell at someone like that? And I thought if you just yelled, "You watch where you're fucking riding," you. I think that like, how do you come back from? It's such a random accusation to throw at someone.
It really is, but it's.
And everybody in like hearing distance is gonna snap their head to
Everyone's
that.
like,
You just start pointing at them.
Yeah, but that, you're done for, bro. If that sticks, you're gonna be sued into oblivion.
That is true. It is like
that is like
as
full
hard as
on
you can
slander.
go.
That's yeah, that's like
That's slander's
irreconcilable
final boss.
slander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe they shouldn't have run a red then.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
True.
true.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like
realistically-
Doplex's hair has grown 23 inches since the last time we saw him.
Well, it's because normally
It
either
has.
up or in a hat, but like I just washed it and just kind of. It looks like shit.
I love
we
it, bro.
put-
It's it's fluffy
thank
as fuck. I like
It
it.
is-
It's
Yeah, let it fluff
divisively
out,
fluffy.
brother.
I've never seen it so fluffy. It's like you're like
Yeah.
wide fucking Putin today.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I will say these headphones don't do it any justice because I feel like it pushes everything down and then just makes it look weird.
Yeah.
And not only
It
that,
genuinely doesn't look like you're wearing headphones. It got lost in
No,
the
yeah,
sauce.
they're
but
gone,
ate
bro.
it up.
They're
Yeah.
gone.
I wish I had hair like Doplex.
You
It's
do.
nice hair.
You do have nice hair.
I don't.
Take it out of that pony. Let's do a hair contest.
No.
Who has the sexiest hair?
No.
Plot twist.
It's. I mean, it's
Joe
It's
Rogan.
you.
Let's move on.
Oh, let me put my hat on.
Hold
He's
on.
putting his head on.
Yeah, I'm putting my hat
How
on.
does all that hair
I'm
fit in
hiding
that
my
little hat?
shame.
Damn it.
That's proof fucking science is fake, yo. Only God could make that much hair fit in a hat. Science defies that.
Yeah, shout out
Now you
Mary
look like
Poppins.
you are an editor at 100 Thieves. Before you didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I look like I'm green and retired.
Wait, what?
Good
You
reference.
guys, you guys have military discounts?
Welcome to what is this show called?
Welcome to I'm
Meatman?
Tired, boys.
Yo, I'm seeing in Mexican this episode.
Oh, you do got the Mexico
Wow, Courtney,
glasses.
make the whole episode in
My
Mexican.
whole world is like,
Courtney, add subtitles in Spanish. I want you to
I'm
transcribe
in an
this
action
entire
movie.
episode.
I've
Yeah,
heard
Breaking
that
Bad.
apparently the Spanish in Breaking Bad is really bad. Like the pronunciation's really off, which I
Oh,
have no
yeah.
point of reference for, but I've heard that it's not
I
good
can't
at
even
all.
think of it.
I mean, it's like that in a lot of shows. I feel like because I feel like
You
there's
think
like,
so?
Yeah, because there's like I feel like there's almost like different dialects when it comes to Spanish. You know, you have like the ones that are just like
Yeah.
like hola, mi amigo, and then you have like other ones that are a little bit more like slangy. I guess they use like the uncut gems in Spanish, but
Yeah, it's probably like the intent of like the English speaking writers.
yeah,
And then like not that they hit it through like Google Translate, which would be really funny because then motherfuckers would be saying like methamphetamine azul.
I don't think it's that so much.
No,
as
wait, I
I've
didn't
heard
get to
it's-
finish.
Oh, well,
Just
it's
come
too
on,
late.
bro.
I've heard
You
that
know
it's no,
the
you can't.
show.
Well, at least I would think it's white people trying to write dialogue for Spanish people and then hitting up Spanish people and being like, yo, can you translate this in a realistic way? But then there's like some magic lost there where like you probably just need a Hispanic person to like straight up write it from scratch. for it to
Yeah.
be
No, I think
convincing.
from my understanding, it isn't the writing that's bad. Like the writing's good, but it's the actors themselves. A lot of them don't speak Spanish. Like the guy who plays Gus, I think he's like Italian. So I think it's like
Giancarlo Esposito.
let me fact check that. I don't know, but Esposito is not Italian.
I mean,
No, he's
Yeah.
definitely not Spanish because there was a whole thing of him playing the bad guy in Far Cry 6 because people were like,
right.
he doesn't actually speak Spanish. And
yeah. So,
freaking
but that's
out
what I've
about
heard.
it.
I've heard him, and I've heard the guy
It's
who
like,
plays.
but he sounds cool speaking it.
it does sound
The guy Hector, guy who plays Hector, I think he also doesn't speak Spanish very well. I've heard, but he's
Really?
like meant to be. Yeah. So I don't
What about,
think
like,
it's so
the
much
two
the writing
twins?
that's bad.
What about like the
They
two
don't-
murderous bald twins? You don't think they speak Spanish?
No,
Do they
those
say
guys.
anything in Breaking
Those
Bad?
motherfuckers speak Spanish.
No, yeah, those guys 100%.
I don't know if they
because
say anything, but
they are always typecasted into like I can't think of like
Señor
other
Queen.
shit that
Are
I've
they
seen
really?
them in. But I feel like it's either those guys or guys who look like them, who either look like them
Yeah.
or fucking Pedro's cousins from fucking Napoleon Dynamite. I feel like they're those
But then,
actors.
but then
that you always see
they
in
hired
shit.
them. They're probably like the only dudes who can actually speak like fluent
Yeah.
Spanish, and then they make them say nothing.
Yeah, they make them say nothing. Yeah.
he's a,
yeah.
so Giancarlo Giuseppe Alejandro Esposito
Yo.
is Denmarkian, whatever
What
the
the
fuck,
fuck?
I knew it was
Denmarco.
some
That
part
is
of
the
Europe.
case.
Yeah.
That
He's
is such a
Denmark. His
curveball.
dad's Italian and some kind
Yeah,
of
there we go.
Hispanic, and then his mom's African American.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
He's just a bit of everything. But
Yeah.
either way,
It says African
he's not-
American. I don't know how they met and then moved to Denmark from Italy,
Yeah.
and she's American. I have no idea. But black Italian and some kind of Spanish,
He's
and
got
he
a
lived
little
in.
bit of everything.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just
he
rolling
took the
dice.
sample platter of life, but either way, I've heard their Spanish is not very good.
Oh right. Yeah. That's
But either way, but hey, I don't fucking speak Spanish. It sounds good to me, and that's I'm the intended audience.
exactly.
It was convincing to me.
Yeah. Shout
Yeah.
out.
Doplex, you speak Spanish.
Not as,
Say,
as
was it
good
convincing?
As you think.
Give us a rating, brother.
Give us the full Breaking Bad script in Spanish.
No, but really, because you live there, so like you're assimilated
Yeah.
at least on you're used to some kind of dialect, and like you
Yeah.
probably got used to some slang and shit. Like
No, sure. Well, I mean, it's weird because, like, you know, you watch, like, TVs and movies where, like, Spanish is being spoken, and, like, it's hard to explain, but it almost feels natural because, like, even when it is bad, because it's just, like, well, he sounds cool saying it, and he's saying it in, like, a dramatic tone and in a dramatic
Yeah.
that's what I'm
context.
saying. His acting while he's saying it is
Yeah.
extremely convincing.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't care, he looks cool saying it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And his character
Very
could just
true.
be his character could just be he could have just learned Spanish for the sake of like like there were so many people in my fucking town that were fucking Albanian. Albanians love opening up pizzerias, and they all learned Italian so that they could like fly under the radar.
Right.
But then
Sure.
you'd taste their pizza and it'd taste like shit, and then you'd work there and they'd tell you they're Albanian and there'd be like roaches and rats everywhere and shit.
Yeah.
So
Where is Albania?
Your
by the way?
sauce has
Albania's-
betrayed you.
Albania's close to Italy, but more so like it's like Albania, Austria toward Western Europe, and then toward Eastern
Oh,
Europe
sure.
is Albania.
I see. Do they
Yeah.
pull it off?
Interesting.
Like, are they convincing? Are they, like, hairy enough? to
They're
be
they're
Italian?
convincing. They're convincing to the kind of Italian that just like wants to think another Italian is talking to them, I guess. Like
Right.
the Italian Americans who know nothing about their heritage, who just like walk
Yeah.
around like, and they speak totally normal like Jersey English, and then they're like, a mozzarella, put the mozzarella on the pizza, gabagool. They're convincing they're convincing to them motherfuckers, but
Yeah.
a real
Yeah.
Italian knows a fucking
Sopranos.
Albanian spitting in their pizza when they taste
Yeah.
it.
You know what's funny? Here in California, I feel like, like literally the ratio of Italian pizzerias to non-Italian pizzerias is quite staggering because here it's a
Yeah.
lot of Mexicans running pizza places, Greek motherfuckers running pizza places, or just like the curveball like white person. Because like my mom owned a pizza place. And like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's like the fuck. What are you doing? Like,
Hey, one of my favorite pizza places was a Mexican ran pizza place. They do make good pizza
they do be making good pizza.
in New
Around
Jersey.
here-
Yeah, like
yeah.
among a
Around here
bunch of
it's a lot of,
Italians.
like,
it was
um,
fire.
Yeah.
Around here, it's a lot like Turkish places, which is weird. Like the spots that do like kebabs, they'll also just have like pizza in, like on a
Yeah.
under a heat lamp that's just been there for like 16 hours, and it looks kind of
16
good in a
days.
really gross way. But I'm sure if I actually bought one, I'd immediately die.
Right.
Yeah.
I have dysentery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway, shout out pizza.
Yeah. Shut up, pizza. We know you're.
Shut up.
Let's,
Pizza.
hey, let's do one of that tweet that James sent earlier. James was sending some fucking awful, like normie ass tweets. They had like 500 million likes. It was just stuff like, "I like pizza," and everyone's like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
bro.
yeah, I can
I
get
don't
on board
know.
with
I
that."
don't know how
I've
it
been
still
known to
works,
like
man.
pizza. Like,
It's literally that
Crazy.
vine of the I do that.
I do that.
I do that.
I do
It's
that.
literally that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so stupid. It's
honestly,
no one wants creativity. They just want you to be fucking painfully relatable in the most.
I think we're coming back around on a relatable era of the internet because like 2011 to like 2014 was straight up relatable humor. It was just, I mean, even before that, maybe like 2009 and forward, it was just like the whole troll face thing was just like,
oh yeah, that feeling when you stub your toe.
Yeah, all of those, whatever. I don't know what guy. I don't know if like one guy made all of them, but all of all of the rage comics are just reaction images.
That is
but
true.
like,
Yeah.
And then we kind of got to a point where it's like YouTube really started like taking over the sphere, and then it was hella like epic people making jokes, and then shit got really ironic and weird. And now I think TikTok is. And like that generation, like coming onto the internet and becoming like the dominant force is just they're just like relatable.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just ruining it.
That is true, yeah, because I guess like even someone like Gus Johnson who did like sort of relatable stuff, he still put like twists on it or put a spin where it's like, oh, that friend who blah blah blah, you're like, okay, this is relatable, but then he like kicks it up a notch or whatever, so that you don't quite expect it. Whereas, whereas like you're so right, James, where it's like on TikTok or whatever, people were just like that feeling when you stub your toe while ordering your pizza, which you love. And
Courtney, make him zoom in and out every time he inflects up.
I put captions.
No, I agree, and like sometimes Gus would either miss or not go for the twist, and those are usually the sketches that I wouldn't really fuck with, because like the twist is like all of his sketches are relatable, but it's the twist or like the really out of left field bit that like doesn't really fit in. Like I could predict 9 of the jokes, but the 10th joke that's like out of left field is the one.
That's the one
like,
that gets
if
you.
it doesn't have that, it kind of just does like fall a little flat, and it's like, okay, that was 30 seconds, whatever. But like the TikTok motherfuckers, all of them do not be hitting the twist. They never be hitting the twist.
They never be hitting the twist.
So there is a lot of guys who do hit the twist, but they are nowhere near as successful. I think that's the caveat. There's a lot of very creative, very funny people on TikTok, which is really cool. Like a lot of younger people coming up who are like doing this sort of shit that like genuinely makes me laugh. But then you just got the people who get like the 5 million like TikToks are just people being like,
but that
I
feel
like spaghetti sauce.
That kind of spreads over to Twitter too. Like I feel like there's so many times where like I'll see somebody retweet something and it's just from like some very obvious bot account that has like a shit ton of followers. Like they're so clearly a bot, not a real person, and they'll like tweet something like, life's too short to be wasting it on ungrateful people, and they get like fucking 500,000 likes. But it's like literally, I swear to God, bro, if you copy and paste like whatever the fuck they tweet, if you copy and paste it into like the Twitter search bar, you'll see like it has been tweeted that exact thing verbatim like so many times over the years. It's so weird, like just the fucking content recycling system that is the internet.
My theory on that, and I know some people who like have alluded to this a little bit, but I think it's like a more grand conspiracy. Like I think like the hundreds and hundreds of like relatable or gimmick accounts out there with like a few 100,000 followers, especially the ones that will like post the fucking vagina oven mitt fucking vibrator or whatever like under their shit.
I saw a new one.
All of those accounts,
sucker.
all of those accounts either pay each other or trade each other like retweets and stuff. And since we don't follow them, we don't see like retweeted by, but like as soon as they post it, it gets retweeted into oblivion by all those accounts, and then they'll probably leave it for like an hour and unretweet it so it's not there on their page, and then it just gets out. It gets out to tens and tens of millions of accounts that probably don't like it, but all you need is like 1% of that big of an influx of. It's like if Mr. Beast like community posted your shit for an hour and then took it down. It's like. The video's still probably going to get like 400,000 views, even though he's 100 million subs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure I have seen exact leaked DMs of exactly what you're saying, James. With some of these, one of those big meme accounts like Kira Won't Miss or some shit being like
Dude,
some
I was
DMs
just about to bring him up. I cannot stand that account. He just rips other people's tweets.
Yeah. No, it's a dude Kira Won't Miss, and it's annoying because you see it and you're like, this is a funny meme, and then you see you post it and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. But I've literally seen leaked DMs from that dude are like listing his services like 10 retweets for $300 or like promo. No, literally that sort of shit. So actually, that's one of the talking points I wanted to bring up. Do you guys know who Santa Decides is? Have we talked about that on the PC before?
I do, we have.
We have?
Yeah,
Fuck!
I was mean to him a while ago and then deleted the tweet because I didn't care enough to get involved. But I've hated that account for so long. I can't.
We
stand
talked
so
about it like a
annoying.
few months ago on Beef. But if there's been a new development, I'm down. If you want to synopsis
I'm
him like
curious.
super quick.
Yeah. Give me a synopsis because I know the account. I've seen the account plenty of times. But like when I see it, my mind shuts off and like I have to stop from putting a 9mm gun
It's
in
like
my
a
throat.
gimmick account fallen angel. Like it's just a dude who was a gimmick account and now he's mad no one cares about him and like emo tweets and like bait tweets on his timeline all
And
day
just-
because he really wants attention
Yeah.
and interaction.
And he like gets some, which is frustrating because again he does like the most like I love it when I come home and babe bought pizza, and then he'll get like 2,000 likes on it. Like even when he does the most relatable dog shit tweets, they'll get some engagement, but it'll never quite reach that like that like 500,000. Yeah, it always is because it's like but
I love
like
it.
Rudolph
Gives me brain.
but what see, now if I was a rational, intelligent adult who cared about my mental health, I would just block him and like move on. But I don't, and I don't even follow him. But I just keep him unfollowed so that every now and then Twitter will be like, "Oh, like suggested accounts," and I'll be like, "Okay, what's this? What's this motherfucker up to now?" And I'll click on his account and I'll just get mad because every time he's trying to do some scheme like to get his followers engaged, but it's always the lamest shit. Like he did one, I clicked on it today, and it was like, "Oh." Everyone who replies to this is going to be seen in a 60-second TikTok. Like, I'm going to show every single post. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And then they literally clarifies, they're like, oh, I'm just going to be scrolling through really fast. Like, you're probably not even going to fucking see yours.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And then
you're awful. Fuck you.
No, yeah, then he replied to that and I mean which was obvious from the start, but like then I did see that too where it's like I'm just going to scroll by them, you won't even be able to see them, so feel free to self-promo LOL, which is just like that's exactly, you're such a fucking loser, but no one wants to self promo on your dead Twitter. But also then he replied after that and he was like I'm starting it was TikTok and something else, maybe Instagram, I don't know, but it was TikTok. Yeah. He was like, I'm starting a TikTok and Instagram, and I this was verbatim. I want 1,000 followers by the time I post this or something. And that tweet got like 100 likes on it, which definitely means he didn't get 1,000 followers. But it's just like to be like, hey, it would be cool to get it. He was like, I want 1,000 followers by the time I post this.
No.
You're just a Twitter account, dude.
I made the middest gimmick of 2018 and I deserve 1,000 followers.
And you're gonna see your name, like if you're Markiplier in 2013, you could do that and people would care because it's like, holy crap, I'm forever immortalized in fucking Markiplier's video. But like in 2022 on a Santa gimmick account in July, who gives a fuck if their handle pops up in your fucking TikTok?
Yeah.
They're immortalized on what, a dead page?
Dude,
I
that
want to know.
literally
I
just-
want names of the people who did it.
yeah.
They need
There was
to
like
get checked in
there was
somewhere.
there was like 2,000 replies or something, but there was only like 100
Jesus.
likes. So I'm assuming he got clowned pretty hard because, or maybe 2,000 people want to be in it, but they didn't like it, which means they're not gonna follow him either. So I don't give a fuck.
Right.
The thing is like he panders so hard to like Dream and just like the whole like MC Twitter stan community or whatever, who are like the sort of people who fall for that sort of like fake wholesome, like, oh my god, Bessie, make sure to stay hydrated. LOL, do you like pizza? Like those are the only people who still engage with that shit. And so those are the people who are replying to that because they're like literally 13, which is fine. I mean, if you're 13 and your brain isn't developed, I get why you'd want your tweet to appear on the Santa/Slash Twitter account. But one day you'll grow up and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I just want to say, anyone who's ever said stay hydrated, I don't like you and I never will.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you said it once, like 3 years ago before it was cringe. Like, if your thing is like you're the wholesome mom of the group on Twitter, and like you're just so not like, fuck you, bro. Anyone that's doing that is such a. I know people that talk like that, and I just know you're deep like you don't give a fuck if anyone's hydrated. You just give a fuck if people want to give. You just give a fuck that people think that you give a fuck. Because you're a little fucking narcissist freak. Fuck you.
Yeah. Actual people who give a fuck don't do shit
balls,
like that.
Bitch.
They'll fucking drink my cum, stay hydrated
Drink my
on
piss.
that. The way that like those people, every time I see someone like that who's like, oh, stay hydrated, all this wholesome, fake wholesomeness, it's like, I know you're secretly like telling people to kill themselves in like DMs, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like
I'm openly
the people
telling people to do it.
Yeah.
That's
with
the
no
people who
recompense.
openly say shit like that are actually really nice people behind the scenes. Like the amount of stories I've heard about how iDubbbz is like genuinely the nicest dude ever you meet in
Yeah.
person, but in his videos he's screaming and saying the N word and the fucking Fs. I mean, not anymore, but like back in the day he was.
Yeah.
But then you like hear people who actually talk to him, and he's like incredibly genuine, nice dude. Has like tons of time for fans, and just is a really wholesome guy behind the scenes.
No, yeah,
and then you've got
definitely.
basically like these fucking commentary YouTubers who try and
They're
act
just
wholesome, and then
fucking
it turns
awful.
out they're like
They're like the
bullying
most toxic
kids to
disease
kill themselves.
degenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
It's epic.
Anyway, that was my sound. There's my bi-monthly Santa decides.
So Santa, what does
check
Santa
up.
decide? Does Santa decide? Does Santa
So,
decide
hey Santa, how about you
just
I got two things for you to decide on right fucking here, mate.
He's
Let's
talking about his balls.
fucking go.
His testicles for audio viewers, listeners. Fuck you.
Also,
let
I
me-
guess
let me-
just in case someone doesn't actually know what Santa decides is, the whole gimmick was him just posting famous people and being like, he's on the nice list.
Yeah.
it's-
Or
yeah,
he's
it's
on the
literally
naughty.
that.
That was
but
the
it was
I
that
saw
entire
today they were
bit.
so
Bare
AIDS.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for it. I need to see it.
That
It
was
was
the
all, but it's like
entire
the
bit.
most,
Yeah.
but it was the like least fucking. It was like, oh, Charles Manson's on the naughty list, PewDiePie's on the nice list, T Series is on the naughty. It was just
God,
like
he
the
tweets
Chris,
so
just like
much.
fuck you, man.
Yeah.
And
It
that,
was awful.
Yeah, and it's just the most like pandering, like. I like PewDiePie, so I'm gonna no hate on PewDiePie, whatever. But like it's he just gets things that everyone at the time universally agrees is
Yeah.
good, and it says they're
Yeah.
on the good list. And then everyone's dogging on at the time, like Amber Heard was in the news, and everyone was dogging her. Amber Heard's on the naughty list.
Yeah.
It's just like okay.
So I didn't know that he did that, which makes a lot more sense because I saw he tweeted today a picture of Elon Musk tweeted, "What video game have you enjoyed most over the past year or two?" And then Greek God X, who's like on a bipolar like spiral right
Oh yeah,
now,
that
being like
dude's
a
off his
freak.
rocker recently.
Yeah, he's like off his medicine or something. He replied, which this isn't that crazy, but I don't like him. I just want to clarify. He replied to Elon Musk, who I also hate. Outside. It's a game where you go outside and live life. Epic red pilled moment.
Got him.
And then Santa Decides replied to that, bro, I heard that game only gives you one life though. And then he screenshotted that because it started getting likes because it's under an Elon Musk tweet. And then he screenshotted that and posted it and then said this game is on the naughty list. Which it like doesn't even like
That doesn't even make
now you're
sense.
self-referential with your already dead gimmick. It's so
Yeah, what are you
like
talking
it's
about?
that's like
He just-
beyond. Oh man,
He just wanted more kudos
game of
on the
life is
the
on the
gag
naughty
he already
list?
posted. Yeah, it's
the game he created or the joke he I don't know, dude.
Yeah, he
Fucking-
did
I
like.
don't
just
even
wanted
understand
to-
what that means.
I mean,
You're
the
on the
takeaway
fucking-
point. The takeaway point is that gimmick accounts in general are just fucking terrible. I mean, do you guys remember like a couple of years ago there was like a point where like gimmick accounts were really blowing up on Twitter, and I mean anywhere, but mostly on Twitter.
they still are. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
there
like
was a point-
2018, I feel like they were
Yeah,
like all like you could start one no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, exactly. But around that time, it was like they were almost turning it into like. I'm biting my tongue here, but there was a time where they were like they were starting like Patreons and like fucking like this was their
Yeah,
content
brother.
creation. They were in the fucking workshop
That's,
doing
that's what
work.
fucking Santa Decides does. He doesn't have a Patreon, but he has
Yeah.
super followers and shit. And
but
I
that's so
think he made it his
stupid.
full time job somehow.
If you super follow a gimmick account, I'm sorry, but you were like the fucking
You're a motherfucker
bottom
with
feed-
no internal dialogue that turns
And
yourself
no
off and you
father
look at the
figure.
wall like we were
Yeah,
talking about.
exactly.
We talked
That
about
is
on
some
the bonus.
NPC ass
NPC.
behavior.
Yeah, we talked about on the bonus motherfuckers that you look at and you're like, when they go home, they turn the lights off, look at the wall, and recharge because they don't know how to have consciousness. They react to outside stimuli.
USB-C
And if you're a
in your asshole.
motherfucker giving $5 on not even $5 on Patreon, if you're spending money to have Twitter Blue to then give more money to a gimmick account about who's naughty or nice, you. I'm gonna stop. There's no
James,
nice.
I've
There's
never,
no
like,
nice
seen
way to
pictures of the
continue
subway
that.
logo.
subject.
Your
to be
genetic
said about
lineage
you.
ends here.
Yeah, exactly.
Your DNA does not need to
You
be
don't have
passed
enough
on.
chromosomes left to pass on to another human, bro. You can't undergo mitosis. You're diseased.
In fact, I think we should turn you off.
Your
I think we
sperm
should-
reaches the egg and goes, I don't know.
I don't know what to do here. Mom, can I go
The
home?
sperm reaches the egg and is like, oh, You know what? I'm gonna back
I'm
off. We
head
don't
out.
need any more. Yeah. I'm gonna do the world of solid.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna hang back. Put it in her mouth. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, my other thing with I've
gimmick
even talked about
accounts.
this before, but fucking gimmick accounts that would then get big and then be like start getting super political, or just retweeting like a
right.
million fucking GoFundmes and shit. Good on
Isn't
you.
there
You're
one
doing
that did
something
that
good.
recently?
I'm a piece of shit, so I don't do anything. But it's annoying when you go on some like really stupid gimmick account, like the dumbest gimmick you've ever heard of, and the whole thing is nothing but like retweeting fucking fundraisers and posting political stuff. It's like, no, shut up.
You guys don't know,
gimmick.
they don't really do anything super cringe, but they're the biggest gimmick account I've ever seen. Like, they actually turned into like a motherfucking business, like Rate Dogs or whatever, or like Rate Dogs
Oh, yeah.
USA or some shit.
She
Oh,
rates
yeah.
dogs or
Or
whatever.
she
Yeah.
rates whatever the fuck it is.
Which always confused me because I thought it was about actual dogs, and I kind of got excited when I first saw it. I was like, oh, I
Is
like
that not
dogs.
what that is?
No.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yes, it is. They rate dogs.
Oh, I know what's happened here. There's one account that rates dogs, and it's just pictures
Like
of
literal-
dogs.
Are
that
you
they
talking about the
Yeah.
girl with
"Look at
big boobs
Fluffy
or
here."
whatever?
And then there's the girl who rates
With
like
big boobs that
DMs
just talks
of really
about how her big
terrible.
boobs are.
No, I don't think that's her.
okay. Yeah, so
I'm
there's
thinking
two.
of
There is-
another
there-
one then.
There is one where they okay. The one you're talking about is there is real dogs being rated. That,
Yeah, it's just like
actually,
14 out of 10 nice
Yeah,
puppers,
I know-
and they have
yeah,
like
yeah,
3 million followers, and they're
yes,
like,
I know what
but
you're
they're,
talking
they're
about,
like
yes.
a charity and a business, and it's just talking about dogs. So, but I just wanted to. They went like mega.
Yeah.
They went fucking huge mode.
Just to clarify real quick, so there's that one. I was thinking of one because I just saw one of their tweets earlier today. There's one called She Rates Dogs, and
No, he
it's
died.
Oh no.
she means dogs as in. Oh, am I still here? Cool,
Yeah,
cut,
you're still here.
Cut my balls off. There's a Twitter called
Neuter
She
him.
Rates Dogs, and the dogs are not actual dogs. They're saying it as in like creepy men in DMs, like
sex
calling
pets.
them dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty much that like incel pickup line Twitter, but like 2 years ago. So it's like this woman posting like creepy DMs that women receive, and then like roasting the guy or whatever. So that there's two very similar dog themed Twitter dog themed
Yeah.
gimmick accounts, and one has Wholesome Papas XD, and the other one has creepy guys. So take your pick.
Hell yeah.
So I had a question. This isn't much of a
Yes.
talking point, but I was listening to something the other, or I saw a tweet, and it was like, animation is not a fucking genre. And while I agree there are subgenres to animation, I personally think that animation is a genre.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
I always saw that.
Not
that
to
take
belittle
as
it
just-
at all.
No, yeah, I always saw that take as just like bait. Like, because how can you not, like, it's I guess it's like a stylistic choice, but
It's
it
a
can also
medium.
be-
It's a medium, yeah, it's its own medium.
Yeah, and it could also
Yeah,
be a genre,
exactly.
'cause, yeah, I mean, you always see it like categorized like adult animation or just animation, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where they come from in terms of what James said, where it's like there's different genres. There's like comedy animation, there's action
subgenres.
animation. Yeah, but I think as a whole, animation is like, it's a genre. And I think
I
it
just
should
wanted
be
to make
because
sure.
it's cool.
It's
It's a
genre.
cool genre. I love it.
Well, no,
an
this
epic
person was
genre.
saying it. I think they were like an animator saying it as like, even saying that animation is a genre is belittling and like putting together so many different works of art that like you're like it's not even respected. It's like, bro, shut
But
the
what
fuck
does that
up.
mean though? Like
There's
what are they
there's
trying to
700
say
types
with
of fucking metal, but everyone just calls it screamo anyway. Fuck you.
that? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had to battle people in 2012 on Twitter, being like, "No, it's not. That's not even. It's not called screamo, bro. It's
It's a
this is
different
post-hardcore. This is thrash metal. This is death metal."
This is
But I
mathcore.
can recognize that I was a cringe loser because it was a genre. If you say
the fuck is-
screamo, people know what you're talking about. If you say animation, people know what you're talking about. If you say fucking I don't know what styles of animation there are, but if you said some nerd shit, no one's gonna know what. Yo, grandma, do you watch this style of animation? And then you say
Grandma, do
too
you
big of a
watch
word, your grandma's
hentai?
fucking brain's gonna melt, bro. She'll die. But
What's
if you say
math rock?
animation, your grandma will live.
Yeah.
Math rock is music. It's rock with that uses a lot of like weird
Widdly diddlies.
time signatures.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does a lot of
widdly
twinkly
diddly.
shit, but like it switches up time signatures and uses like weird shit like 5/7 that like almost
Yeah.
every song is in 4/4, and then you just be hearing shit like that. It's like, what?
They should do a time signature and it's 420. Anyway, I agree, James.
I was just, yeah, I didn't know if I was.
No, it's
I didn't
a
know if I was
genre.
incorrect.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge animation guy, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
a genre.
disrespectful. It's like, it's not like you're segregating it from like actual, you know, like, oh, you know, live action stuff, but it's a different thing.
Yeah.
I think the reason it's a heated debate or gets brought up a lot is because at the Oscars, animation
that's a good point.
is only
Keep
really
my
on one.
wife's
It's
name.
best animated movie. It doesn't ever get
Yeah.
like it's never like a best picture has never gone to an animated movie. And so
Yeah.
the whole like it's a genre,
When Eight
it's not
Crazy
a
Nights
genre,
exists.
it is movie. It just gets all muddied.
I could see, I guess I could see like an animator being mad like that because it's considered a genre that does exclude it from. But then, like, I feel like it's still a genre, but the approach should be
But
to
documentaries get the same thing. It's best documentary. It's best short film.
Well,
I think it should be able to be
best narrative.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck? But I mean, comedy is a genre, and action is a genre, and thriller is a genre, but they're all up for top movie of the year, or whatever the fuck. I think animation should be able to be up for that award. But I also think it's a
absolutely.
fucking genre. And I also think that it has to be like the most insane animation you've ever seen to win that fucking award. Because like it just is different from like the normal like way of
Family Guy.
like storytelling. Like it's different from just like a camera and real people. Like it's harder to convince people of shit with animation. Not if you're going for like fantasy, but like you can't. I don't know. Who knows what I'm saying? Courtney, cut it out.
Like King of the Hill is like straight up like a good fucking sitcom, and it's all animated. So,
yeah.
Say what
A
you
lot of people don't
want.
know this,
Does-
but
but
Friends
does
was
King of-
fully animated as well.
Not a
Just
real
really
person
well.
on set.
Yeah,
It was a really good animation.
Jennifer Aniston is not real.
Yeah, she doesn't
She's a-
Can't hurt you.
She's voiced by a Japanese woman.
Why did I write in talking points Doplex Potter and the 5.5-year troll? What is that in reference to? I have no
That
idea what
sounds
I
so
meant.
familiar.
Fuck,
oh, that
I know
was, That was
exact-
my dog. My dog. When we got.
Oh, yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, my dog. Yeah, because fucking my dog's name is Milo. And he's a
dog.
pug, and we didn't.
Does he
name
got
him
that dog in him?
I always
Yeah, he
call
got
him
the dog
Otis,
in him.
and not as a joke. But one time Andrew mentioned or something Milo and Otis, which is apparently some kind of movie, and Otis
Yeah.
stuck to me so much more than Milo that I always like I have like a seizure when I try to think of Doplex's dog's name, and I just type Otis because he knows what I mean at this point.
Yeah, I
and
don't think
fucking-
I ever like said much about it because I didn't want to offend Doplex, but I was always
Right.
like, who the fuck did that?
Yeah, listen, we
Yeah.
didn't name him. We literally adopted him from like someone, I don't know.
Pugs.com.
Yeah, we went to pugs.com. And they named him Milo after Milo and Otis. And I haven't seen Milo and Otis since I was like shitting my pants. Like I don't remember that movie at all. And so
Like
in
last
my
week?
head, in my head I always thought
Milo's the
In my
pug.
head I always thought Milo was the pug, so it made sense. But when we were talking about it, I looked it up. Milo's the fucking cat. And it's just like
I kept seeing
why
all
did
the
they do my dog
posters.
like that?
I kept seeing all the posters, and Milo and Otis, like the way they did the names, like in the
Yeah,
title,
the composition.
the Milo was on the left and Otis was on the right, and the cat was always under Milo and the dog was always under Otis.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Doplex. I was like, is this like a meme or something? Why do they keep doing this? He's like, I don't know. It makes no sense. The dog is Milo. And then we looked it up, and it's like the dog is Otis.
The dog is Otis.
I got
Is it
trolled
too late to
bigly.
change?
Yeah. it's
I
too late
think
to
it might be a little too late.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't know. He's a fucking dog. He doesn't know his own name.
That's
just
true,
like,
yeah.
come here, Otis.
Yes,
just
he
stares at
does.
you blankly.
What? Don't
What'd you
call,
call
me
me?
that.
Dogs know their own names.
What the fuck did you call me?
Dogs do.
I
Would
feel
you
like
be
dogs
terrified
know
if
their
Milo
names. My
could talk
dog's
one day
answer.
and he had like an Indian accent?
That
That'd be
reminds me-
epic.
Did you guys ever watch Nathan For You? I've been rewatching that show, and there's
I
a-
I've
always-
seen
I-
clips. I never watched it though.
I've watched a few episodes
fuck?
and I think it's so fucking funny, and then I never watched it. Like I always watch it at a friend's house and I'm like, this is so brilliant. I need to watch this when I get home. I think
It's so
because it's a
good.
Comedy Central thing, right? Or is
Yeah.
it Adult Swim?
There's a lot on
Comedy Central.
YouTube though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. From memory, I tried to find it here once and it was just slightly too hard and I gave up. But
Yeah.
I should watch more.
I'm not
Well,
super susceptible to the cringe, but that show is that show goes over my threshold.
Right. No,
It's
I
it's
feel
like the
that.
most secondhand cringe I've ever ingested.
it
It's
rides the
great,
line,
but
but
I
it's so-
can't do it.
Yeah, it rides the line for me too, but there's something so brilliant about it that I can't. Like, it's
No,
just
yeah,
it's
I love
too
it.
perfect how it all works out. But yeah,
Yeah, well, there's a clip that's going around right now. Well, what made me bring it up was there's one where he comes up with an idea to like ease the blow for like a kid's pet dying. So like he'll like hire a voice actor and like record a video with like his dog. And there's like a little kid and like his boxer died, and like the only voice actor he could get was like some like Asian guy with like a very strong Asian accent.
Oh god.
So when the dog comes on screen, he's like talking like in an Asian accent, and like the little boy's like, he doesn't sound like that.
How do you know? Your dog's never spoken. This is his voice. No.
have you seen the one about
Courtney
the?
put it up right here.
Have you seen the one about the Uber drivers? I can't exactly remember, but I just remember it being the most elaborate fucking thing in the world.
Oh, the fucking where he like it's the taxi driver. I think he has a taxi driver like learn facts about like whales or something. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm thinking of the one where they have like sleeper cells of like Uber drivers. Oh, isn't it where they're trying to like this taxi company's failing because of Uber, so they like they hire all these taxi drivers to like give the worst Uber experience possible or something. I can't. I'm probably getting that completely wrong. What a good show. Should watch more of that.
That sounds on track. Yeah, that show is fucking awesome. Highly recommend.
Shout out to
Hulu,
Nathan.
Go watch it. Or Paramount.
Yeah,
Or
shout
one
out
of those,
Nathan.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Shout out Nathan.
Shout out
Come on,
Nathan.
B.
Just all
Watch
Nathans. Just
Yeah.
anyone. If your
name's
name's Nathan, good for you.
You're up.
Mate, so stay hydrated.
Stay focused, hydrated, and Santa decides you're on the nice list.
You guys know how people be sneaking penises into Disney stuff, like the Little Mermaid background and My
Yeah.
American Tail or whatever the fuck.
Oh
you guys
yeah,
always
some
reference.
Fight Club ass shit. Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, so I'm always like, I wonder if that really could happen with as much scrutiny as you would get at like Disney. And then I saw today on Twitter that GameStop launched NFTs and a straight one-to-one copy of a very
God.
famous image of a guy committing suicide during 9/11 because, the
he
falling
had no
man.
other option.
Yeah, he would have just
Yeah.
burnt alive. It's really sad, and
Yeah, it
like
is
9/11
very
jokes
sad.
are funny, but like
That
I
picture,
saw
like,
this and I was like, that's fucked that
Yeah.
GameStop let that through. But it also showed that like, GameStop has been gearing up for this for months, like becoming like the most annoying fucking. Remember us? We fucking you made money off us like a year and a half ago at the beginning of COVID. Yeah.
Diamond hands.
And then they were just like
Remember?
NFTs, and it's not like there's no continuity to the collection, and straight up someone just remade the Falling Man in black and white and listed it, and then GameStop didn't figure it out, and they got a bunch
Yeah.
of shit, and then had to
That-
take it down. And
that picture's
cancel
so
shit and-
poignant and so fucking like grim. Like just seeing the
Yeah.
actual human. Like it would honestly be less offensive if they had an NFT of just the Twin Towers getting hit by a plane. Because at least
it
then
would be
you
way
can't-
less offensive.
That's the thing. At least then you can't see the human element of it. That's literally like
Right.
it's a guy who had to choose between burning to death or fucking splattering on the pavement. It's like such a
Yeah.
grim.
Arguably
fucking-
the most like the worst thing that could have come out of 9/11 in terms of like
Yeah, and then
like,
GameStop's like, "Do you want to own
photograph.
this?"
for
Would you
$11,000.
like to put this on the blockchain?
But it's fucking.
So bad. Fuck you.
It does show
dude.
you that if you're funny, you can get shit like that
That
through.
is-
You gotta years and years. You gotta build up all that shit. You gotta build up a bunch
Yeah.
of rapport, and then just hit your fucking Falling Man NFT.
Yeah.
And
That is a good point. Was
See if it's
the
funny.
artist behind it some absolute fucking degenerate who was like, "This is funny," or do you think it was someone who was like, "I'm gonna take down the GameStop NFT project from the
Yeah, I don't know.
inside"?
Oh.
Because I could almost feel like the second one's like it's done the rounds, like it's working. So
or if it's like an NFT hater that was like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do this
exactly,
to show you
yeah.
how stupid NFTs are or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
regardless, fuck that guy because that's kind of
Is it
fucked.
like is it like their own blockchain that they just let people
Dude, NFTs are
upload
fake.
to-
Who knows?
Bro, I don't fucking know.
No, I know, but like
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
all independent. Like they just like contracted a bunch of artists to like make a bunch that have like no continuity and
Oh,
then
I
just
see.
released them.
I thought it was like cuz like in my head I can't imagine like, somebody at GameStop being like, what are the coolest NFTs we could put here? I know Falling Man, guy who fucking died. Let's put that on. Or
Let's put Falling Man. We'll have Tiananmen Square Tank Man.
Tiananmen Square.
We'll have the Vietnamese kids running away. We've got all the classics.
That
We'll
one
do the
guy that
landing
set
page
himself
on
on fire.
Yeah. We'll have Jews freshly taken out of Auschwitz. We'll put that one in there. That's going to be a big one.
We'll have
That's
pictures of
gonna do
lonely
really
death in
well.
Japan. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put Abraham Lincoln with no hat on.
Arguably the scariest.
America wouldn't be where it is if they saw that man without his hat.
Yeah.
We would have collapsed as a nation.
Exactly.
Man, imagine having to choose between
Imagine
burning
all
to
those
death or
people.
swan diving off the Twin Towers.
I wanna fucking
Someone
think about
happens
that,
to
man.
catch you,
Yeah.
and 21 years later, you end up on the blockchain
On the
between two
blockchain.
fucking bored apes.
Yeah.
God, I hate
I've
this.
gotten
so
so many of
fucked.
those.
It is.
I've gotten so many of those moments recently where it's just like shit is getting so absurdly just like it's just getting so absurd and there's no tact to what anyone's doing and everyone's just scamming each other and lying and grifting. Like the internet is just like a fucking whole negative at this point. And every time I see something, it's just like, you know, it's just like yeah, exactly. It's just like 25 years ago this thing happened and now someone turned it into an NFT or like a reason why fucking trans people should get beat up at a bathroom or something. It's just like random ass shit where it's just like, how did this get repurposed? Like, why are we here? What the fuck is happening? This sucks.
living in the dark.
On the flip side, we do have beef. So the internet, you know, kind of balances out. You take the
balances
good
out
with
in
the
the
bad.
end.
Yeah,
That is true.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's a
Yeah,
give and take
Falling Man got
spaghetti.
reincarnated on a Seth Green's NFT show, but we have beef.
I watched the trailer for that, and that is a
It's
fucking
terrible.
It's
It's really
so
bad.
bad.
I hope he
It's
gets
so
I don't
again, 'cause I
understand
think
how
he
the,
rebought all
the
of
guy
them or
from
something
Robot
now.
Chicken did that.
I hope he gets scammed again.
Yeah.
I
always
too.
get him
I
and,
forgot that happened. Yeah.
I always get him and fuck. Who's the? I always get the guy who looks like he's pissing himself, who's got like his legs bent in, and he always posts him crying. You posted the picture the other day. Don't be
You talking about Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah, I always get him and Seth
How do you
Green
mix
mixed up.
him and Seth Green?
How do you mix those two guys? They're not even like.
I don't know.
Seth Green
remotely
was in
the
Scooby-Doo
same.
live action, bro.
He was Scrappy
He's
Doo.
Chris Griffin. Lin-Manuel Miranda's hiding
Chris
shit in his ass,
Griffin.
and he did like fucking Broadway or something.
I mix Seth Green up with the guy from Stuart Little sometimes.
The
they're-
mouse.
They're just like little men.
Just little dudes.
They are little men.
Just little guys hanging out.
They're both small guys.
little dudes. Yeah.
Two small guys.
I
And
feel
James
like
gets them confused.
we have been you know somewhat negative on this episode. Not us being negative. I mean, listen, we're positive guys. So I do want to spin this in a positive light. Hey, you boys remember
Elon Musk hasn't had sex.
In ages.
that works. We can go there.
Sigh.
Yes, and tell us about that.
The
I'm sorry.
I want
sorry.
to hear
I wanna hear what
Netflix's
you're saying.
thing.
Elon hasn't
Oh,
had
I mean,
sex in
well,
ages.
I was just gonna talk about myself, to be honest. I'm back on my beef loss shit.
the hell?
I've been jump roping. I've been fucking burning mad calories. You know, I'm feeling good. My love handles are going away. I just wanted to kind of just update the class on my my beef loss progress.
I'm so
And
proud of
that's it.
you. You're an
Let's fucking
inspiration.
go.
Thank you, mommy.
Go.
Can I have candy bar?
No.
No.
I'm
Literally
back
not.
on my
You
shit.
need.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm back on my shit, but COVID into Alaska into another 2 weeks of being sick completely fucked me off my grind. But I'm also getting back on it. It's not all gone. But honestly, I forgot to mention this because we never really got to talk about Alaska. Like Alaska, I don't know. Kudos and Andrew probably won't get this. Maybe you will. I don't know. But Doblex, you ever get a post-concert depression? You just like come off like a really fun like high experience. It's something I don't know if we came up with it, but me and my friends, it's just like you come off this really epic experience and then like nothing feels right for like a few weeks. That's how I always felt after I would go to concerts because it was just like, oh man, that was like the best night of my life. I was surrounded by a bunch of people I really like in music and it's so fun and the energy was insane. I guess it's kind of like how people get addicted to like
Disney.
like motherfuckers that go to war like want to go back, you know, because it's like it's just like you can't get that fucking crazy rush of energy anymore or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that's how That's how Alaska made me feel, and I still feel off. Like I haven't like Alaska was so fun, and I was so happy that like it set my bar too high, and it's gonna take like months for me to recover from it. I'm just like so fucking depressed.
I've been having the I've kind of been like in an off. I think these last few days especially because I had America and that was fucking sick. Then I kickflipped into COVID, so that kind of put me in like a weird stasis. And then my dad and brother visited, and then I had a huge week with a whole bunch of friends flying over from New Zealand, and we like booked out a batch up, and I talked about it last episode. So pretty much I've had like since America, it's just been like non-stop like shit. And now this is the first time in like 2 months where I don't have anything. I have literally nothing on for months, and now I'm just kind of sitting here like, oh shit. There's nothing.
I gotta fill my time now.
I gotta do things now. But on the flip side, this is also the first time that I'm able to like actually do work in like a month and a half. And hey, you know, like you guys, I like what I do, so there is that to it. But I do feel like I keep seeing like American things and being like, I want to go back. And I had like literally had dreams about like sneaking back into the country with Doplex and shit.
That's right.
So yeah,
Doplex is an expert at that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is racist because it literally was me and Doplex swimming to.
No, wait, that wasn't a Mexican. That wasn't just a Mexican joke. Doplex says.
How is that not a Mexican joke?
No, because Doplex said that he would cross the border with weed all the time or some shit.
Do that. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's completely.
That wasn't
true.
just a Mexican joke. That was a Doplex specific joke.
Yeah. A Mexican Doplex specific joke. Yeah. But I literally had a dream. Me and Doplex swam to Florida Disney World, and we were going to meet up with James. And then I woke up, and I was really gutted.
Swam from California to Florida.
I don't know where I swam from. The dream started like mid water, so
let's fucking go.
But yeah, no, I miss America. I'm excited to come back next year. I think like yearly VidCon's probably like definitely a decent enough time to visit.
Yeah.
Chop in America?
How about you guys? You surviving? You grinding? You living? Since
I'm
Alaska?
grinding. I'm living.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm the president.
He's the president.
Byron.
Yeah, that guy's got a fat, or not Byron. What's his son's name? Hunter. Hunter's got a fat cock, which probably means Joe Biden has a fat cock. That's probably why he's so fucking stupid. Every time he gets a boner, it draws away so much blood from his fucking head that like, and he's so old that like a few cells die every time.
Yeah.
That footage of him tripping up the airplane steps is not because he's stupid. He was just getting an erection.
He was talked the fuck
Yeah, he's
up.
fucking bricked.
Yeah.
You said that really sad.
My legs don't work.
Speaking of
wait,
penises.
can I really quickly off while we're on this presidential topic, just to balance things out? Did you see that really sad clip of Trump asking the rally if they liked him?
No.
He got like booed because he was like endorsing some candidate in like Nevada or some shit. I don't fucking know, but everyone booed him because they like hated that candidate. And then he was like, "But you like me,
Y
right?"
or N? Was it on like a little paper without? Like,
No, it's just weird because he's so used to everyone just like kissing his ass all the time, and he didn't even say like, well, you like me," or what you'd expect him to say. He was like, "But you like me, right? Please."
Please.
It was really sad. Anyway, sorry, James, what were you saying?
There's no sadness when it comes to that. So many people in this country are obsessed with him like he's their fucking god, so who gives a fuck? But I do know what you mean. But another man who people are obsessed with, and also penises, and also, I guess, Trump. He likes Trump now. Elon Musk tweeted, so apparently a huge hit piece came out, not hit piece, a huge article came out in like the New York Times, which is like, the New York Times famously sucks the cock of billionaires and is at this point a very conservative capitalist like media conglomerate, and so they don't really do like pieces that attack like billionaires like Elon Musk, but they just did a piece that was like Elon Musk cheated.
So sexy.
Elon Musk fucked his best friend's wife and like caused them to get a divorce or some shit. His best friend is like the co-founder of Google, who's worth like $100 billion. But apparently he fucked his wife and like ruined their marriage recently. And then his response to that was, "I haven't even had sex in ages, sigh."
Sigh. And then someone responded saying like, "Not even on holiday," and he just says, "Nope."
My favorite response was that one guy a wild man who is like,
Yeah, shout out
no
to this
shot,
dude.
bro. I'm happily married, but she would understand. I can help you out, brotder. And then someone responded like, are you offering to blow Elon Musk? And
Well,
he's like,
that was the-
yeah, why are you being weird about it?
That was the thing. People couldn't figure out if he was offering up his wife to like have him get
Or
cut, or if he
himself.
was offering himself. And he was like,
He was
man, I want to
offering
do it,
himself.
but if it's for Elon.
Listen,
Anything for the boy.
But it's just so funny to like be
Tesla.
hit with such serious allegations, and in
Yeah,
all of
and
your
just
infinite
come back.
wisdom and money,
Yeah.
you clap back with just like the ultimate self-own.
Yeah.
It's wild.
yeah.
He could have
You
just
haven't
said
been
nothing.
fucking.
He could have paid someone $1 billion to fucking figure out what the best response would have been, and instead, in all of his ego, he just fired off. I haven't even had sex in ages.
Yeah,
I'm the most
that's not
powerful
at the
person on
time.
the
So
planet,
what?
and I cannot get pussy. So this is actually a lie.
Yeah,
There
it's
was no way I
fucking
could pull
Kevin
his wife.
Spacey. Yeah, it's like Kevin Spacey. So like, you know, instead of being a pedophile, he's like, I'm gay.
Pedophile?
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Like, that was,
What can I say? Hey, have you ever seen a gay pedophile? I thought not.
Listen,
That's me.
I couldn't even
know,
fuck a
like-
kid if I wanted to.
You know, like all of his accusers that are based out of the EU got assassinated within the last like 3 years.
Yep.
They're
Yeah,
like
has-
all dead. Only the ones in America are alive.
And even the
Wait,
ones in
Kevin
America,
Spacey?
didn't they like withdraw their like accusations? Or there's a
Pretty
lot of them have
much.
had like
There's a
weird
few
shit
of them,
happen. Yeah, that have been like, oh, actually, no, he didn't rape me. No, it was all a joke.
It was a dream.
Just kidding.
I was.
Little
He
meme.
was actually gay,
Psych.
and
Little bit
so
of
am
a
I.
haha.
No, I did hang
And
out
my
with him,
birth
he told me he
certificate
was
lied.
gay.
I'm actually 28, not 18.
Oh, interesting. I guess I'm not going to school tomorrow.
See, the fucking kid finesses it. He gets his fucking, Kevin Spacey pays him to change his birth certificate to be from 16 to 26. He's like, haha, mom, I don't have to go to school anymore. And all it cost was
And I
one
get
rape.
a car.
Couldn't cut that.
Back to the Elon thing really
Did you guys
quick.
get raped to not go to
Double it.
school?
I liked school, so no.
I
Also,
also like school, so no.
I got to think about this.
But if I didn't, I also don't like rape, so probably no.
really coming with the
things I don't
Santa
like.
decides level takes today.
Yeah.
Rape is on the naughty
Besides,
list.
Rape is on,
On
the
the
naughty
naughty
list.
And he,
But
po- he
school
posts a
also on the
photo.
naughty list.
He posts a photo of like a really graphic fucking sexual assault that he committed.
Oh God.
It's a picture that Santa Claus is.
Santa being like,
This shit's on. No, he quote tweets like the Uvalde shooting, and he's like, that whoever did that is on the naughty list.
On the naughty list.
no, you dude, you
Yo, those
joke,
cops
but he
are on the
does that
naughty
sort of
list.
shit. He does that sort of shit though. I
I
guarantee
would
fucking
guess.
if I go back far enough, he's probably like, Jeffrey Epstein's on the naughty list.
Like he he thinks like tweeting that will like stop someone. It's like, well, I would go blow up a fucking mosque, but I don't want to be on Santa decides naughty list.
He's doing a public
naughty
service.
list.
It's
Yeah.
literally the meme.
I
It's
super
like the
follow
meme
him.
of
I
the
don't
soldier
wanna-
standing with his arms out, like protecting the child
Yeah.
with all the bullets
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Santa decides.
Oh god, I hate that fucking account.
Maybe we were wrong about him all along.
Yeah, mate, he's an anti-hero. He's being cringed on purpose every time
To
he tweets.
save
He's like,
the lives of
oh, I
so
have
many
to do
children.
this. Yeah.
Speaking of school, you guys see that video that was going around recently of Ben Shapiro in graduate school punching a fucking
No.
Andrew and Dope like don't see like you've seen
It's
this.
so
You want to
funny.
I
see it?
haven't seen this. This is
Okay,
brand new.
let's
so
watch
good.
this. No one knows
He
if this
li-
is really him, but I'm just gonna operate on the assumption that it is. Okay. This is an actual video of Ben Shapiro in law school. That's what the title is. I don't know if it is.
Okay.
Let's go.
Think you're better than me, Paul? You think just because you're hanging there all day, you're higher than me, you're better than me? You lie to
Talk
me.
like the Joker.
You're not. I'm a bodyguard. I can think. Yeah, you are not better than me at all. Yeah, I'll teach you.
What the fuck? Wait, what happened?
He like goes down
Did
a
he
fake
break
set
his
of
nose?
stairs here or some shit, like in a fucking TV show.
Fuck.
I'm a bodyguard. I can
What? I think it just comes back and nails him.
all. Yeah,
It does,
It
yeah.
happened so fast.
Oh, that sound is fucking crispy.
He like blew his hat into the next zip code. What the fuck?
Is it on purpose? Like, is this his idea of a comedic sketch?
I know. I just think he's so like. He just has no knowledge of. I just think he doesn't know how anything about like sports or physicality. I can't think of a better word than that. So he gets fucking brained. That's
I
such
feel
a
like-
funny still.
I feel like that was supposed to happen, but maybe he didn't expect it to hurt so bad or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he like broke his nose. Cause like at the rate at which his hat gets knocked off, like listen, I've been hit so hard my hat like levitated in the air before. You have to get hit pretty fucking hard for that to happen.
That's
So
true.
I feel like there's no way he expected that because that shit sort of
'Cause he
sent
definitely
his
leans
consciousness
into it.
the atmosphere. Yeah, he does.
Like,
Also,
I think
who's
the bit
holding, like,
was
a
supposed to be
broomstick
him
right
like
here?
getting hit, but I don't know if he anticipated it.
That's what I think. He
whacking
just
his
thought it was going to
pee-pee
be like
so
a
hard.
soft bag or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like KO'd his nose.
That's like a gunshot.
That is
So
such a
loud.
fucking wet
What
slap.
is
That's
this? What is this thing? Why is it there?
someone's casting a spell on him. Oh, it's probably
like a
it'll be
mic
from
or
like the pull down. It'll be a pull down bar that's just like floating around because someone
Oh
knocked
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
I think you're
yeah,
right.
that's
It
true,
is
that's
in a
true.
gym,
Yeah.
That's probably the only time he's ever stepped foot in a gym.
This was
Actually,
the
That's
exact
definitely
color.
Benny, though.
This was the
Like
exact
Sweet Benny.
color of the cinder blocks in my school's gym too.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
he went to your school and you just didn't know.
Yeah,
No, because we
maybe.
didn't have these comically fake set of stairs over here. Like it looks like Michael Scott in The Office, like doing that bit in the cold open where he's just like, "You guys want some coffee?" And he like fake goes and down, like so.
Yeah.
This is such a dangerous room, bro. There's shit everywhere,
is,
and like
yeah.
there's not enough room for bars to like be
Yeah.
safely. Like if someone was on this
dodging them all,
incline
though.
bench, like and someone walked by, they just get like belted.
Yeah.
I hate when you're at the gym and there's people who just like don't recognize that you're doing some shit that could hurt them. Like if you're doing like your bench pressing, and they just walk past the bar and you're like, you could knock this
right.
and fuck both of us if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You guys ever see those videos like of people doing the leg presses and their legs bend backwards?
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. Nope.
Yep.
Never
Nope.
lock
Dude.
out your legs.
No,
Yeah, I
never lock
showed
out your
one to
legs.
my
Never lock
dad.
out
Never
your
lock your
cock.
knees.
Yeah.
This dude like hits the top and it straight sounds like a gunshot. His knees just
Oh,
out the back, and I showed it to my dad, and he went, "Oh!"
Yeah, I've never watched anything like that unless it was like a surprise or against my will. I always once I
hate
realize
that
what's gonna
shit.
happen, I click off. I can't watch that shit.
I normally do as well. I think that one like caught me off
Snuck up
guard,
on
or
you,
it, like
yeah.
it happened fast
Yeah.
enough that I couldn't click away.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
Have
if
you
you're a
seen the
young
video of,
weightlifter, don't lock out your knees when you're doing exercises.
that
Also,
is good
don't lock
advice.
out your knees when you're standing because my sister was in like this. She was in like this program for like people that wanted to go into the Navy or something, but in high school it's like a pre thing, and they just like it's kind of like a.
ROTC.
No, it wasn't that serious. It was more of like they'd meet like once a week and like go over. It was like a Boy Scouts almost like type beat. Like it wasn't like too serious. Also, she didn't join the Navy and fuck all that. But that was like 5-6 years ago. But she was in it, and they have to like fucking stand at attention and like lock out their knees. And they're like supposed to be able to hold it, but if you lock out your knees, you completely pinch off all the blood that's going to your legs, and it eventually will not be able to oxygenate and get back through your body to your brain, and eventually you'll pass out. And this one kid passed out once and literally went skull first into the floor, and it made like a sound like a gunshot because we were in like a huge open room, and like it was horrible, but it was really funny too looking back on it because he's okay, but
yeah.
it was fucking crazy.
They
And they
teach
were
you
just
not to
killing
do
all
that
future
in choir
recruitments.
because you're standing for so long during your during the sets or performances or whatever, and they're like, yeah, don't lock your knees because the lights
Yeah.
are very warm and you're wearing like a suit or layers or something. So I saw a couple of people go down.
Someone
during
did that in my
concerts.
choir, and they fell
'Cause they're
off
just
a
locked-
stage. They fell off
was the same
the
kid.
choir riser off the stage, so it was like a 6-foot fall.
He
like
never learned.
completely passed out.
And then GameStop made an NFT out of him.